back to the show. Living aligned. What is that exactly does that mean to you, and what can it mean for your life? Well, our next guest is going to tell us exactly what it can mean for you. We are joined by Linda Vanderlee, coach, facilitator, and consultant of Living Aligned. Welcome to the show, Linda.
Thanks,
great to have you back, and we had a great conversation with you last time you were here. But I want to remind everybody again, how do you define living aligned? And I know it's different for everybody, but maybe a general definition.
For me, living aligned is living aligned with my values, what I want out of my life, what's important to me. But I think the twist for me is also with whatever circumstances are happening. So did you just lose your job? Did you just get a new job? Are you married? Do you just have a child? What are all these things? How are they all affecting, what you've lived up until this point? And then, wow, wait a minute, something's going off for me a little here.
Yeah, something's kind of getting off the track, so how do we deal?
Yeah, or you're just noticing there's extra anxiety or something's going on. So it's a way to pause, to reflect, and I think part of the way I work is also recognizing that there's more than just our brain that gives us information.
So, like what?
Yes.
What, for instance?
That's a big one for me.
I saw Tammy go, click.
Wait. Yeah, I'm like, wait a second, how do you do? So my burning question is, how can someone tap in and listen to their gut, their belly, their heart, beyond their mind, without letting their mind take over? That's a tough one.
Interesting. Yeah, it's a great question. Well, for me, it is exactly what you said. It's that pause that we talk about doing but don't necessarily do. That pause to really listen. And I think if you take a few minutes to just stop and just wait for your body to tell you something, like say you've got a particular problem going on, you say, all right, I'm waiting, I'm listening, and it might take some time, but what do you want to tell me? And you'll just notice where in my body is something twinging.
Yeah.
Right.
And I had an interesting experience, just reminding me now, where someone asked me, and it was my left ovary was tingling.
Really?
And it was about writing an article for a magazine, and I was so stuck. And where that brought me, whether that's what it meant or not, I don't know. Where it brought me was I'd had an ectopic pregnancy, and I was really stuck there too.
Okay.
So I don't know. You just make these, at least I do, make these connections that then offer you new information to play with.
Yeah, we often don't listen. Right?
No, we fight the urge.
We do. We absolutely. You're going to walk us through a couple of examples because the way you approach things is very unique compared to a lot of music and art and.
I'm using a lot. Again, that's going back to your other question. Is I think art can offer you processes and ideas, and so I asked you earlier to pick a card.
Yes, I want to see that.
So we picked one for flow and one for stress.
That's right.
Okay.
Do you want to reveal what
All
you've
right,
got?
I will reveal mine here. Let's see what we have here first. So this was my flow card right here, and this was my stress card.
Do you want to say a little bit about both?
So the flow card, I feel in flow when I'm with my wife, with my family. I'm just picturing me at the cottage looking out onto the lake. This is my flow. I picked this one because I picture it driving, and that is one of the greatest stresses for me is driving. I'm actually a very defensive, paranoid driver. I just don't seem to trust people.
Really?
I really
never would have thought that
I'm
about
not an aggressive driver whatsoever.
Okay. And so what would help you bring the sense of flow you have here into those situations?
That's a good question. Not something I've sort of battled it over the years, trying to figure out how I can be calm. Music is certainly a calming effect for me. I like to have music on quite often in the vehicle.
Okay.
Talking to my daughter about her day. But when it's me, by myself in the vehicle and I don't have any of those things, I feel stressed, really quite a bit.
Well, all I would suggest to you, we don't have a lot of time here, we could go into it deeper if you like, but no, what for me, and this is called an appreciative inquiry, is the theory behind it, which is also a process, is just think about the things you have here in more detail, and what of those things could you bring into the situation. So you use the word trust.
Right.
I think as a driver, it's good to be offensive driver, maybe more than a defensive is offensive. You're ahead of time. I don't think that guy's really seeing the stop sign.
Right.
I'll stop even though it's not my goal. Right? But there's trusting of self as well. But there's also that relax. I'm like, even if you were to imagine yourself at the cottage while you're driving, I bet your body would respond to that.
So you gotta kind of pick that happy place to bring you back down.
There you go.
Tammy,
you want to do it?
Your turn.
All right. So for me, my zen or my
place of
my flow. I really connect with fire. I don't know what it is. It's something I completely zone out. I stare at the flames and I just dissolve. Whatever's on my shoulders, they go down about 2
That would have been one I would
inches.
have chosen as well.
Every time, whether it's at home, a campfire, whatever, and I love being outside. I live out in the country. I say all the time, I'm one with nature. My stressor, the reason why I picked the judge and jury is because if a lot of people know me, I'm connected to military, I'm connected to policing, I'm connected to that lifestyle.
Right.
So with that, obviously comes with a lot of stress.
Right.
So, and it's personal to me, it's my family, it's my friends, it's my lifestyle. So it's, as much as I love it, it does add a lot of stress.
That's right.
So
you could dig a little bit more into a little bit different from what I did with Derek, is thinking about what are the components of this, what are the beliefs you have around being able to sit still, stare at the fire, whatever, and what are the beliefs you have around here that could you unpack them a little bit to say, is there some new information that might come in to allow you to flow with, the reality is, right? And that's the truth, right? You know, I'm a single parent, then this is my circumstance. How do I live as much close to who I am inside? Someone used the image of a tuning fork.
Oh.
You know, it's resonating at 440, you know, and I just love that image. So as a musician, I really love that image.
Linda, one of the reasons we wanted to have you back because we are fascinated about what you do and how you approach it, and you have opportunities for people coming up with a couple of events. Tell us about what you have planned.
So I've been running now for, I guess, about a half a year or so here in Ottawa at the Spirit Art Studio, which there's a number of other facilitators that do some interesting things there as well.
Okay.
I've been running an intro to Living Aligned. So it's an hour and a half, and it's just a chance for people to get a taste of what I do and see if they're interested in coming to working with me as a coach or bringing me into their organization or coming up to my beautiful place in Rupert.
Yes, this is a photo of in Rupert, which is near Le Pêche, right?
It's in Le Pêche. Rupert is a part of Le Pêche. It's really close to Wakefield is what most people know the name, just above the Gatineau Hills.
Beautiful
So I have a
area.
barn. It's also an overnight stay place, but where I love to do there is my workshops. People get some time in nature, usually campfire this time of day, this time of year. We can do that.
I love nature. I love trees.
And we play music there. We do lots of different things.
And you have one in June, one in July, one in August.
So so the Spirit Art, the intro is there, and then the 4 last Fridays of the month is more of a whole day where I'll do a light facilitation in the morning. We'll see what surfaces, what themes, and I'll do some exercises with people, and then the rest of the day is for them to do what they like.
Again, we have so many
Too
things that
much.
you brought along here, and you know how much I
I'd love to come
absolutely, we'll have you back another time and introduce some people to some of the other unique ways
Thank you.
that you approach some of the challenges that people go through. Linda, thanks
and
so
I
much
work
for
with
joining
teams
us.
as well as individuals. So
Terrific.
Yeah.
What a great way to bring into the office atmosphere
It
if
is
people
amazing.
are
I can
struggling
feel her
with-
energy right now.
I know.
I'm just like, I'm automatically relaxing.
Thanks so much, Linda. Visit Linda's website to sign up for those fabulous events and how you can get involved. We'll be back with more Daytime, talking registered nursing, but more on a personal side. We'll be back talking about that right after this.